All right, another Friday night in the studio. I got the backdrop going here. I got the backdrop up. I'm going to have a photo shoot in the morning, so getting that ready. I think I just hit my mic. Tonight's, we're going to talk about orbs. Okay. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I've got a lot of pages I like on Facebook, and two of them are the paranormal pages. One is the one that goes with Ghost Adventures, and the other one's just a normal paranormal page. And all day long, I see people post pictures on there, and they're like, what do you see in this picture? And you look up, and there's an orb. See, that's my orb. I got an orb. You see an orb. It's like, hello? Is it a black orb? Or is it a white orb? You see orbs in pictures. Okay. Granted, I have seen live with my own eyes orbs. Okay, but these are not orbs in these pictures. They're dust. Plain and simple. It's dust. Okay. You're ghost hunting in these locations that are old, dirty, you know. Even the new locations, even as clean as you try to keep them. My house, like, I get crazy because I see dust on stuff, you know, and it's like I try to keep the place clean. But you're always going to have dust, no matter what. You're walking around in these old buildings, kicking up the dust. I know I did a video on taking pictures during an investigation, and that was one of the things. When you're doing pictures in an investigation, there's a few things you got to do. You know, walk gently. Don't scuff your feet. That kicks up a lot of dust. But see how this happens in cameras. Okay, nowadays, you know, I've got my digital SLR, and that's got the flash mounted on top that you take off, external flash, and I tilt it all the time. When I'm doing pictures of bands on stage and all that, I'll tilt it a little bit or set that setting down. And what you can do on your point and clicks and on your phones, if some phones, you can get in there and change the brightness of your flash, okay? And I recommend doing that. You want to bring it down a little bit, okay? But when you're in these places and you're doing investigations, you take a picture, okay? And I see it all the time. And if you do this when you're doing an investigation, always say flash, so people like me can shut my eyes when that flash hits. But we go into an environment that's always dark, okay? We try to investigate in the dark, which is a topic of what we're going to record tomorrow in the studio here when we do our recording. It's going to be, you know, my mind just went blank. See, this is me. But anyhow, you go in these locations and you investigate in the dark. That's what we're talking about. See, my mind. It's Friday night. It's Saturday morning. I'm tired. Oh, by the way, this light that I'm using is horrible. It makes me look really bad. But anyhow, you're in dark locations. When you use that flash, I see it all the time, and they use the flash on their cameras or on their phones, and it's so bright, it lights up everything. Okay? Turn that flash down. You don't need that bright of a flash to see ghosts, okay? But what happens is the way the phones are designed and the way that the digital point and shoot cameras are designed now is you have the lens so close to the flash that when that flash goes off, it's lighting up everything, okay? It's like go into your house in the summertime when the light's coming through the window, you'll see dust in the air, okay? Also, when you're taking pictures, and especially with video, watch the beam of light, and you'll see dust go by. And when you see that in the pictures, you'll be like, oh my God, a spirit just went by. No, it's dust. Plain and simple, okay? Especially if you're using a ultraviolet camera, you'll see tons of dust, okay? When we were in the Shanley Hotel, we mentioned it in the one show, there was cameras set up, and you can sit there and watch the monitors, and all night long, just dust. It was amazing. It was like a snowstorm. Okay, but we did get a few things that we were like, wait a minute, what was that? You know? So I'm not saying that every single speck that you get in your pictures is dust, but there are ways to tell. Lots of times, an orb will be out of focus. That's because it's so close to the lens. I don't have a camera here. I've got my digital SLR, but that won't help you. Let's say my iPod is the camera, okay? The lens is right here. The flash is right here. When that flash goes off, anything in that space is going to show up in that picture. Anything in the outer space is going to show in that picture. You know, it's dust, okay? Let me look at my notes, okay? Like I said, how the camera works is when they take a picture, the lens, the dust is right in front of the lens. And people will look in like video cameras and they'll see the dust go by and then it'll stop or it'll turn or that. And it happens, okay? The air currents in the room will change. I see it all the time. Especially, like I said, with the ultraviolet cameras that we have nowadays. Now there goes my furnace. The ultraviolet cameras pick up dust unbelievably good. Okay. Let's see. What else I got here? Can't change directions. Oh, that's the problem I have a lot with my digital SLR. I've got a Nikon D300, and my main lens that I use all the time, it's a compact zoom, so I can zoom out and zoom in. It's one of my lenses I always use on the camera. When I take pictures, I always see, like right up here in this picture, there's always these black dots, okay? And I have to be careful when I'm taking pictures because I don't want those black dots on people's faces and stuff. And what that is, if you see a black dot, get out my orb again, if you see a black dot in a picture, like here or like here, what that is that's dust inside the lens, okay? And I have my lenses cleaned, but I haven't done it in a while, and I do a lot of band photography, so this camera's been in a lot of stuff. But if you see a black spot in your picture, that's dust inside the lens, okay? If you see a white dot outside anywhere, okay, that's dust in the air. That's what an orb is. It's dust. Okay. So I said that 1,000 times. Now that I say that, I want to talk about things that I've seen, okay? And with my naked eye, okay? One of the events that I went to was with Toledo, Ohio Ghost Hunter Society. They do a presentation every year at all the different libraries and stuff. We were sitting there, and there was a light. We're sitting there, all of a sudden I see this light going across. And I'm like, what the hell was that? You know? That's a true orb. I've seen true orbs with my own eyes, okay? We have taken pictures, like at the Collingwood Arts Center. I was standing at the end of it'd be stage right on the floor. And Jen and a couple girls were walking away. And I was playing with the camera, taking pictures in succession, like with total flash, full flash, half flash, and no flash. In two of the pictures, and I've posted this a few times, but in two of the pictures, I got an orb, okay? A bright light, not a dust particle, but a bright light all the way across the room in front of the mini stage, which is stage left, okay? I know you guys aren't all familiar with the Collingwood Arts Center, but there's a main big stage, and then on the sides are two little stages. I was all the way across the room. Jen was taking a picture of the stage, and in her picture, she got the exact same light anomaly that I got. So that's an orb, okay? What's that? Okay, speaking about the Collingwood Arts Center, if you guys haven't been there, you got to go there. This place is awesome. But the one night, I was sitting up in the seats, in the balcony. It was pitch black in the place. All the lights were out. And I was just sitting there, and I think there was a little light backstage in case somebody walked in, they wouldn't trip over something like that, but it was real dark in there. And I was sitting there, and I kept seeing a green and a red light just going across the stage. It was so cool, you know. And other things have happened there too. We were down, and I know a lot of you guys are familiar with what we call the death room. I've never seen orbs come out of the death room, but I have talked to people, and they say that along the back wall they see orbs. I don't know what color, probably green or something, I don't know. They say they see them there. But something that's really cool. If you guys go up on our YouTube channel, okay, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see it. Just click the links below, and you'll see. I forget what I named it. Of course, I have to check this stuff before I record, but on our page, you'll see one that says something like spirits leaving room or spirits touching Jen or something. I forget what I named it, but it's got the words. You'll see. It's in chiller writing. And what that is, we're in the death room, and I was videotaping Jen doing a session. And when I videotape, and even when I take photos, I always watch the beam of light, okay? Because I know if you're videotaping, and this is a good point too, if you're videotaping and you always watch the beam of light, and if you see a dust particle go through the light, you say either dust or name out the time when it went on or that, but you can see dust in the air, okay, in the beam of light. When we were in that room, I didn't see any dust, okay, and afterwards, we were like, we got skunked. We didn't see nothing. But in the video, you watch, and there's actual what I call light anomalies. One of them just appears next to her head and then goes out the room. Another one comes in the room, stops, looks at her, and then goes back out. And these are big. I mean, if this was a bug or something, I would have saw it in the light beam. I really watch for that stuff because I know what happens when you have light shining in a dark room. But I've looked at that video over and over, and there are light anomalies all through the video that I did not see when we were in the room. That was so cool. You know, so that is what you can call an orb, okay? And people have seen these things. I know Native Americans used to look for orbs all the time. I forget what they called them, but it's just one of those things, you know? There was another thing called Foo Fighters during the war. And these were light balls that would chase the jets. Now, some people say they're aliens. Some people say that they're orbs, but also they could be static electricity charges, okay? And let me talk about that for a little bit here, okay? That's a big one. I have seen those in my house, okay? And all it is, it's weird. All it is on these days that there's no moisture in the air and your house is super dry, you may see a ball of light appear and just go through the room. And what that is, it's just a static charge. Okay? And, I mean, I've seen these things. Now, I was talking to a guy at work, and I was telling him I'm going to do this video tonight. And he used to be in the Navy on a plane. Okay? A big carrier or whatever. He talked about St. Elmo's fire. Now, I always thought St. Elmo's fire were like sprites, which is, it's lightning coming out of the top of the clouds, okay? But on the old tall ships net, they always talked about St. Elmo's fire as bolts of lightning coming out of the mast and stuff. Well, he was telling me, and he said it a lot better than I could, but he was flying in his plane, and it happened all the time. He says he always got St. Elmo's fire inside his plane. And what happens is, they had, on that plane was a big, huge plastic dome on the front of the plane that they could see out of. And the static would build up on that dome. And all of a sudden, he says they ranged from the size of a softball up to like a basketball. And what he calls it St. Elmo's fire. And what it was is a static charge ball, and he said they were blue, and it would actually float through the plane. Okay, and when he was telling us this, I was like, really? I've never heard of this. And he said that they would actually float through the plane, and it was funny because they would call the back of the plane and say, hey, watch out, there's a St. Elmo's fire heading your way. And he said that they actually used to let it come to the back of the plane, open up the window, and it'd fly out. I was like, come on, you're telling me this? But he says that's what happens. And he says, they always said, never touch them, because it's a static electric charge, and it'll shock your ass. Knock you on your ass, he said. But that, again, that could be a static ball. You've got ball lightning, which is a true thing, because that's what hit Mom and Dad's house, and that caught the house on fire. Guy or a lady back in the apartments told Mom and Dad that it was a ball of lightning that actually hit the house. And I remember that day. It was so loud. But yeah. So I mean, there are orbs out there. You know? Let me see if I got any notes. I don't have my notes. There are things that are called orbs. I've seen them. Now, in the photos is one thing. Now, out at Gibbs Bridge. Okay. A lot of people go out to Gibbs Bridge. A lot of people say there's nothing haunted out there. We got a great EVP out there. Jen was asking, what's the name of this bridge? And right over our spirit box, it said Gibbs, as plain as day. You know, it's not one of those things where you said, wait a minute, what did that say? Did that say Marmaduke? Or did that say Gibbs? But no, it was clear as day, Gibbs. But Harold was out there. And Harold is just as skeptical of the orbs as I am. You know, we know what they are. They're in the photos that you see, those are dust particles. Okay. Unless it's a defined, where's my orb? Unless it's a defined, out of focus color orb. You know, which I've seen with my own eyes. But Harold was out there in the daytime. Took a picture of the tree that supposedly a girl hung herself from, and there was an orb in the picture. Okay. That I can't explain. Alright. It was during the day. Didn't use flash on his camera. And there's an orb in the picture. So you see them. So those are the ones that you can't explain. But if you're in an old building and you're ghost hunting, you're walking around, you're moving, you're knocking dust up in the air, you take a picture, there's going to be orbs in it. Dust orbs. And I was watching a video today, and the one guy says, look at all these orbs. And he showed a picture, and it looked like it was snowing out. Okay? The place was so dusty. And even when he was talking and explaining, look at this, you could see the dust moving through the air. He was like, the spirits are moving around. Dude, no. Another thing, too, and this is common in old places, too, is when you take pictures and there's a big streak through the picture, like out of focus, like a haze streak. Okay? That is called a cobweb or your hair on the lens or something. You know? Now, I'm a firm believer in what we call rods. Okay? Rods are something different. Okay? Rods, you'll see videotapes and you'll see these streaks go through the videotape, and it's not a long thing, but it's like imagine this was white. Okay? You see this in your picture, all of a sudden there's this line, and there's like stuff coming out, like fins. Those are rods, okay? And I know a lot of you guys don't know who Grizz is. He's a DJ here in Toledo. He actually had one come in his house. He saw it with his own eyes. And that's a whole nother show. But believe it or not, there are more pictures of rods than there are Bigfoots. And we still don't know what they are. But that's a whole nother story. But you'll see, like I said, at the beginning of this, the way that this happens is when you take a picture with your phone or point and shoot digital camera, the lens is so close to the flash, it's going to pick up any dust in that space or even out in the space. It's going to pick up that dust and show up as orbs. But anyhow, that's my show for tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, please. You'll see right down there. Look down. See it? See down there? See the subscribe button? Click on that subscribe button for me. Right next to you see like a bell icon. If you want, click on that, and anytime I put out a video, it'll notify you that I put out a video. I have that on my phone for a few of them. It's kind of annoying, but if you want to do it, go ahead. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share our page, okay? We're trying to get a lot of likes on our page, okay? We're trying to get likes on our page, so please share our page. This Sunday, we're recording on Sunday, sorry. We have a party tomorrow, but we're recording a few shows, great shows coming out. We're looking for topics. If you guys know of anything you want to talk about, or if you want to be on our show, get a hold of us, private message us, tell us your story, doing anything. Come on, get on. So far we've had some great guests on, like Christopher Tillman. He also drugged Sarah along. She came on. We talked about the Bone House. If you guys get a chance, go back, listen to that episode. That was so cool. That was a really fun night. We had a great time. We recorded over Jen's house. If you're watching this live, okay, today's Saturday now. It's in the morning. Tomorrow night, on Sunday night at 7 p.m., go to Toledo, Ohio Ghost Hunters Society's Facebook page. Harold does a show called Ghost Talk, and his guests this week are going to be these awesome people. Okay, no. Me and Jen's going to be on, and we're going to be talking about attachments, which I only know a few things about, but I'm going to act like I know a lot of stuff. I'll sit there and go, But, yeah, check that out. Other than that, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, look below, see down there. Click that subscribe button for me. If you're watching this on Facebook, thank you. If you want to join in, now's the time. Let me know. If you want to talk about orbs, like I said, if this is your cell phone, turn it this way, okay? And let me know. Do you want to be on right now? Do you want to go on right now? Do you want to go on right now? Right now. Even though I know there's a 20-second delay, you're hearing this now, but I've already talked about it. So, let me know. What's your thoughts on orbs? What do you guys think about orbs? Have you seen real orbs with your own eyes, not with a camera? Like I said, I'd have. There was a time, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, sitting there watching Harold do a presentation, all of a sudden this green light went across. I'm like, what the hell was that? So, yeah, they're out there, and in Native American lore that they actually did talk about orbs. That's another thing, too. I didn't think about it. I had it wrote down here, but I forgot to say, is pre-digital age. Okay? Very rarely did you see an orb on the films. The camera, like 35 millimeter. Okay? Now that we all have digital cameras, like I said, the way they're built, you pick up orbs all the time. Because the lens, the flash, and the lens are right next to each other. So you see all that. Okay? Alright, so, like I said, thanks for watching. Any other comments you guys want to know? Put the comments in. I can't see the comments right now on my phone, so if you guys are saying stuff, sorry, I'm not answering. I can't see them. I don't know why it does that. When I use my computer, I can do that. But there's also a 20-second delay, so when I'm saying something, you guys don't see what I said 20 seconds. It's like time travel. You guys are witnessing time travel. Because what you're seeing right now already happened 20 seconds ago. It's past. It's gone. It's history. But anyhow, thanks for watching. I can do this. Hold on. All right. So right now, I see Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I see Christopher. Hi, Christopher. And I see Jen. There's Jen. Hi, Jen. I'm saying hi, but I can't see the comments, so don't say hi back. I can't see the comments, okay? All right, so anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. I don't know what the topic's going to be next week. I didn't even know what the topic was going to be this week until about 3 hours ago. And I was like, orbs, talking about orbs. But anyhow, latecomer in here. I see they're right there. Right there is Arizona Tramp. I see him. But, okay, well, I got to go, folks. Thanks for watching. Like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, please, please, please click that subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, share it with someone. I know I'm babbling, but anyhow, share our page with someone, please. We're trying to get more likes. We need likes. I want people to like me. I want people to like me. But anyhow. All right. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next week.